Hey, this is Jeremy, and welcome to the Daily Devo. Today we're going to talk about a time to plant and a time to uproot. I moved to Phoenix about 8 years ago, and one of the things that was new to me was that there's two different types of grass that you have to plant. And it's important that you plant them at the right time. One type of grass does better in cooler and moderate temperatures, but when the seasons change and the high temperatures show up, the grass will just die, and it dies fast. The other grass you plant handles high heat really well, but when it cools down, it also dies. So when I first moved to Phoenix, I didn't know any of this, and I planted the wrong grass at the wrong time. Couldn't figure out why my grass wouldn't grow. And as you can tell, I don't have much of a green thumb. Most of the plants in my house just don't really make it. I'd spent a little time on Google and realized my mistake. I ended up going to the store and buying the right grass seed for the right season, and lo and behold, the grass grew. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 2 says that there's a time to plant and a time to uproot. I know this can seem like a bit of a no-duh type of verse, but I wonder how many of us truly ask ourselves the question, is this the right time to start something new? Or ask ourselves, is this the right time to uproot? In the same way planting the right grass here in Arizona is important, we have to ask ourselves, is it time to do something new? If the answer is yes, then take your first best step. We need to be wise and make sure we have the time and the resources, but also understand it's easy to talk ourselves out of starting something new. Why? Because it's hard work. Even though it may be challenging and you may not have all the answers, I would encourage you to make a plan and take your first best step. What about the other side of the verse? It says a time to uproot. Most of us are creatures of habit. We have a tendency to do the same things over and over and over. Just think of your own morning routine. You probably do the same thing most mornings, from how many times you hit the snooze button, to the cup of coffee, to the route you take to work. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But there are times in our life where we need to look at what we are doing and evaluate it and make a change. One of the definitions of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting something new. It could be your decisions in your finances. It could be old relationships that you just can't seem to let go. It could be the amount of time you spend on Netflix or social media. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's something. I want to leave you with this question today. What's something new you should be starting, and what's something old that needs to be uprooted? I bet if you just take a few minutes and think on that question, something will pop up into your head, and it'll make your life better, and it'll bring you closer to God. Thanks for joining us on the Daily Devo.